Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Attila Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that if you have a Ledger device, be aware of it, that there's a new Ledger scam out there. They sending you a free Ledger wallet and telling you what you should do to save your crypto. Let's talk about that. It's important. The second thing, it's why people are buying actually digital lands. And with an example of Sandbox, let's talk about it a little bit. And the third news is all about Mark Cuban, who actually lost his investment, what he put in one special coin. He thought it's a good idea, but the token went to zero. And whatever he invested in, he lost it. And now he's calling for DeFi regulations. Okay, so this is going to be the third topic. Guys, let's start it. If you want to get the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news, then, Blockchain Bloom is for you. The only thing you really have to do, subscribe, the button all, because then you're getting the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news every weekday to keep you up to date. And this is actually very, very important, I think, in my opinion. Also, check out the links under the video, useful links for you. You can save money with it. And also, there's a free course, how to start to invest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Nothing to lose. Check them out. And now let's move on to the market and see that Bitcoin is right now at 37,875 US dollars. So we're going now a little bit down, 3.6% in the last 24 hours. Very similar Ethereum, almost 4% down, 2,343 US dollar at the moment. When we're looking at the winners, we can see XDC leading the top 100 with 19%. Then we have Theta Fuel 15%, Phantom 14%. When we're looking at the losers, we see AMP, which went up in the last 2 days very well, now going down 27%. We can see Quant 14% and Torchain 9% down in the last 24 hours. These three are the top three among the losers. Okay, now have a quick look on the Bitcoin 4-hour chart, where we could see for a while here, a rising wedge, and we had actually higher highs, higher lows, 3 of them now. So far, so good. However, we broke out here downward, which is definitely not a good sign. But of course, we will see how it will play out. When we're looking at the daily, there you can see that the gold cross, the death cross situation, it's about to happening. And this could be definitely bearish. In yesterday's video, I made a mistake because I looked at historically back whenever the 50-day moving average crossed the 200-day moving average and called them the death crosses. But to be exact, the death cross is when the 50-day moving average crossing the 200-day moving average from the top. So from like now, this is the death cross. On the other hand, and this is like a bearish one. On the other hand, when the 50-day moving average crossing the 200-day moving average from the bottom, so so vice versa. So okay. I think you got the point, right? So when the red line would be down here and then it's coming up this way, this is like a bullish one. That's called the gold cross. Okay, so this is the death cross, that's the gold cross. And yesterday I made this mistake that actually probably by mistake I called a gold cross also a death cross. I just wanted to fix it. So yes, guys, well, still going sideways. Still now we were here rejected. And to be honest with you, the most important thing, in my opinion, is this 200-day moving average line. Because if we again go up here, and see the line goes like this, and then, for instance, we're going up, and then we're going to be rejected, and like this. This is definitely not good. We should go above it, stay above it, and then we can be bullish again. So this would be the ideal scenario. Okay, Well, now we still have to wait. And now let's move on to the first news. And the first one, it's all about, the Ledger wallet. And, last year's summer, there was this kind of Ledger scam. And, well, not a scam. There were scams, but what I wanted to say is that they took many people data from Ledger. And now they, emailing them and putting out this kind of phishing emails and so on and so forth. But now a new thing appeared that they sending to the clients fake Ledger Nano devices. So let's talk about it. Ledger is definitely one of the most popular hardware wallets on the market. And last year, there was this unfortunate situation when Ledger's system was hacked and a lot of data about Ledger customers got out, and then it was put on the web, so people had an access to it. Names, addresses, physical address, email address. So now the people who are wanna get your money, that your crypto, can actually simply email you, or now that they have your physical address, and this is the new attack, they actually sending you a Ledger device. So please be aware of that if you haven't ordered one, because it could look very, very similar as the original one, then you should be very careful here and do not use it, even if it's free. I know it's amazing. Whoa, what's happened here? One sec. Okay, back on track. Now my highlights disappeared. Amazing. Anyway, so then I'm going to summarize it. Okay, no worries. I'm going to do it spontaneously. So basically what's happening now, that they're sending you these Ledger devices, and then they say that there's a problem with the previous Ledger device, and then you should definitely replace it with the new one you have received. This is their fault. That's why they're sending you a new free one. And then you actually have to, of course, make it work. How you to do it? Then you set it as your good Ledger device, by the way, which is actually nothing wrong with it, using your 24 words seed phrase, and with that you're actually putting it on the new device, giving it access to your crypto with your new device, which was pre-hacked. And because it was pre-hacked, then they can get your crypto with it, and you're going to lose it. Okay, so far there was this phishing emails, then you should update your Ledger from the email. It's also a scam. Whatever you do with Ledger, you receive, any email, ignore it when it comes to update. You go to Ledger Live and you do all your updates from Ledger Live, okay? Never from eBay. This is important. And now if you're receiving a free Ledger Nano, be aware of it, that actually it's someone who wants to steal your crypto, and it has nothing to do with your device. If you're suspicious, you can always contact Ledger. They will get back to you probably sooner or later, hopefully sooner, clarifying the whole situation. So do not act, please, if you're just getting something like that, because it's going to be dangerous and your crypto will be gone, even if it's on the hardware wallet, because this is the way they can actually empty your hardware wallet. Good? So this is a very important thing. Okay, let's move on to the next one. And the next news is, let's talk about a little bit about the digital lands, because these are getting very popular nowadays. A lot of money going into it. So let's talk about it, what it is exactly. In the real world, you can buy land, but now you can buy it digitally, in a digital world if you wish. And here we have an article which is all about why people are buying digital lands, using here Sandbox as an example. So what are lands? Lands are digital pieces of real estate in the Sandbox metaverse. Not just Sandbox, there are some others, but here I'm using now Sandbox. Okay, so this is not financial advice. I'm not highlighting here that you should get into Sandbox. The only thing I'm using it as an example because the article is using it. So each one is a unique non-fungible ERC21 token, so it's an NFT, on the Ethereum blockchain. Amongst other things, these lands can be developed upon their owners and monetized. For example, game, diorama, or an art gallery could be built on these lands. So you can build something on them. To give just 3 examples, so these are just 3 examples. So you can do something with land, not just like buy it, but you can actually get more out of it. So what can you do with a land? Using the example in Sandbox. So primary function of the land are to host and play experiences upon them, such as games, dioramas, galleries, social hubs, and so on, which can be monetized by the owner as a source of income. They can also be used to host contests and events. These experiences can be created using Sandbox game maker software. So pretty much with your real land, what can you do with it? You can actually rent it out and you can get some passive income with it. So Sand, which is the Sandbox utility token, can also be staked upon by any land you own. In doing so, you will earn yourself some exciting rewards. So you can actually stake it if you wish. Owning land will also give you a voice of governance of the Sandbox metaverse. So actually you can vote or something. Landowners and Sand token holders will be the voice of the Sandbox and will be involved in determining governing the future of the platform via a decentralized autonomous organization, easier DAO. Okay, if you have no interest in experiencing development at all, you will be able to rent your land to designers to be able to develop experiences upon, generating some passive income for holding your digital real estate. So guys, again, NFTs can getting huge in the future. Yes, now there is a cool down time for the whole crypto world. You see Bitcoin, you see even Ethereum, you see other altcoins. So no wonder that NFTs are also not right now big. We're waiting for the big Bitcoin. The big guys should move up and then the others will follow. But you should think about your future. And when you think about your future, you definitely should just explore, just learn about NFTs as opportunities, because, you know, many years ago, buying a land digitally was like, what are you talking about? Crazy. Now it's people buying it as an investment. And again, not financial advice when I'm talking about now here about Sandbox, because this is an article is using it. I just wanted to show you what kind of opportunities there are when it comes to buying digital land, what kind of things you can do with it. Okay, so this was just an idea, and I just wanted to explain to you. Okay, and now let's move on to the next one. The next one is Mark Cuban's very, very bad investment. He regrets it now. He put his money in something which went down to zero. It melted itself, and now he lost that investment. Not his first. He put just a small amount. Don't get me wrong here, but like whatever he put in. But now he's calling for DeFi regulations because of this thing happened to him. We do know that Mark Cuban is very interested into the NFT world, and he's heavily into crypto. But as we can see, he, as a big investor, also making mistakes. And here we go. Mark Cuban hit by Iron Finance token crash, calls for DeFi regulations. So Cuban wants DeFi and stablecoin regulation after investing in Collapse token. So Mark Cuban invested in the token that crashed from about $64 near to zero on Wednesday. Iron Finance called the collapse of its Iron Titanium token, Titan. the world's first large-scale crypto bank run. The price of the token is now, okay, you read it, too many zeros for me. At the time of writing, now it's actually even more down. Well, let me show you, dude. So here we can see nice flat line. As you can see here, the numbers, it's less than it was in the article, and it just was out here on June the 16th, basically 2 days ago. Very nice increase. People are happy. All the way to zero. And lesson learned. Tokens can go to zero, so you should be very, very careful. And well, he's saying it, Mark Cuban is saying, I got hit like everyone else. Crazy part is I got out, thought they were increasing their TVL enough, then bam. I read about it, decided, this is what Mark Cuban is saying, got out, then got back in when the TVL started to rise back up. As a percentage of my crypto portfolio, it was small, but it was enough that I wasn't happy about it. So the clever part of it, whenever he puts his money in smaller coins, tokens, he puts just a very small part of the portfolio. So if something like this happening, he hasn't lost a big chunk, but it still hurts. Meanwhile, some criticized Cuban for calling for regulation after claiming to have lost money in the incident. Entrepreneur Louis Sang Peng tweeted, Mark Cuban invested in crypto Titan and lost it to almost zero. And after that happened, he is calling for increased DeFi regulation. Be careful when you make crypto investment beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum. David Schweil, the CIO of the Family Management Corporation, commented, I have a hard time when people admit they are lazy in the diligence, but then blame lack of regulation. So many people are getting harsh with my Cuban because, again, this is now a famous person who was wrecked now, at least in this token. And now he's saying that we should do something about this. DeFi should be more regulated, so these things cannot really happen. Of course, when it comes to regulations, more and more regulations, it takes away the big advantage what is in against centralized finance, and which is actually great in DeFi. Yes, we should do some moves, but actually it was pretty much partly his fault. Maybe he hasn't done enough homework when he invested, or even if you're an investor and you have made several great decisions, sooner or later, it can happen to anybody that you make a bad one. But as long as you manage your portfolio well, and it was what he did, he just put a small part of it, he took a risk, he lost, but actually it didn't hurt his portfolio that much. And this is actually, I think, very, very important. So I would take this from this lesson, that at least he didn't take too much risk. Yes, it happened, and be aware of it. There are more than 7,000 cryptos out there. The majority of them probably going to go away, which means they will melt. So whenever a hype comes out, be very careful. Yeah, I know it sounds very catchy that, oh yeah, I should really invest in this one. Look how small it is. And when it goes up, oh, I make tons of money. And yes, it can happen. But the opposite is true as well. You can be wrecked because these tokens have put it this way, they don't really have any fundamentals. It's just like a big start, a big hope, and we will see what's happening. And there are some. They actually, like all of the crypto started somewhere, and some of them grew out of this and became huge. Yes, so there's the opportunity. But investing in a very, very extremely early stage, it is extremely risky. And you should be aware of it. So whatever you invest, of course not financial advice, but whatever you invest, in my opinion, should be small, because you can be wrecked if you put a big portfolio, a big part of your portfolio in it. Well, guys, that's it for today. Today it's Friday, so let's take a break. I'm coming back on Monday as I bring you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news every weekday. If you haven't liked this video yet, then go for it if you like this kind of content, and also subscribe to this YouTube channel to get the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news every weekday. Subscribe, bell button, that's it. And you're getting the notification email as soon as a new video is out. I wish you an amazing weekend. Have a good one. Bye-bye.